So look at all this, guys. I just spent all night baking all this.
Yeah, so obviously I'm the guy to ask about nutrition. Anyway, a lot of people have been wondering what I eat on a vegan diet to build the muscle I have, what my protein sources are, what my macronutrient composition is. So here are my top tips for building muscle on a vegan diet and just promoting health in general. Eat your fucking vegetables! Seriously! Eat your fucking vegetables! Nobody's eating their vegetables, even vegans, so eat your goddamn green vegetables. Honestly, green vegetables are a great source of protein. They're very high in antioxidants, they're alkalizing to your body, and most importantly, they're extremely vitamin and mineral dense. In my previous video, Meat Can Cause Muscle Loss, I went over the importance of alkalizing foods and the importance that calcium has in the development of muscle mass. Since green vegetables are a good source of protein, they're very alkalizing, and they have high amounts of calcium, they help tremendously with building muscle mass. Kale and collard greens are my most recommended vegetables to eat as they're very high in calcium, and I recommend eating about 5 cups of kale or collard greens a day, plus adding in veggies like broccoli, spinach, or asparagus. Make sure you eat enough! One of the most common issues with a vegan diet is getting enough calories in. Since most vegan foods are very low calorie dense foods, it's hard to get in enough calories and people think that they're eating a lot more than they actually are. You can ask any powerlifter, strongman, bodybuilder, or any athlete whether they're vegan or not, they'll all tell you that you need to eat to grow. It's just plain obvious common sense. So for people who are thinking about switching to a vegan diet, or for those of you who are vegan already and are having trouble gaining muscle and growing, make sure you count your calories to make sure you're getting enough calories in. You may think you're eating a lot of food, but if you're not progressing and you may even be losing weight, then obviously it's still not enough calories. My recommendation is getting in 80% or more of your calories from carbohydrates, and I'd recommend these carbohydrate sources come mostly from fruit, but as a backup plan you can also use starches as well. And for those of you who are prone to undereating, then I recommend bananas and dates, as those two foods have very good caloric density, so it's easy to get enough calories in. And if you're still having a lot of trouble even with bananas and dates, then I'd recommend eating more grains like rice to get in that calorie density that you need. Some of you may still have issues with undereating even when you add rice and more denser grains into your diet, so for those of you who really have an issue with undereating, then I recommend increasing your fat intake. Eat more nuts, seeds, avocados, healthy fats like that. Next up, make sure you get your essential omega-3 fatty acids. This is pretty easy to do. There's a lot of vegan foods that are high in omega-3s. Flaxseed is probably your cheapest option. 2 to 3 tablespoons a day should be enough for most people, and if you prefer, there's a lot of nuts and seeds like walnuts, savi seeds, that are really high in omega-3s, so whatever your preference is, just go for that. Now, beyond hitting your daily essential fatty acid requirements, fat really shouldn't be a big part of your diet. I personally recommend eating less than 10% of your total daily calories from fats, unless you're one of the people I just mentioned where you have a real hard time getting enough carbohydrate calories in. Otherwise, really avoid the fats. And now for the grand finale. Where do I get my protein? Well, I get my protein from absolutely every single food I eat. Yes, plants do have protein, every single one of them, from fruits all the way to beans. Human protein requirements are extremely low, and as long as you're on a calorically sufficient diet, you're going to get all the protein you need. So make sure you get in your calories. Some good choices for overt sources of protein are, like I just mentioned, green vegetables, and there are also beans and lentils if you like. And again, because our protein requirements are so low, I recommend getting no more than 10% of daily calories coming from protein. If you want to have a bit more, then that's fine. It's your choice, your preference, but for me personally, I recommend less than 10%. So I hope those nutrition tips were useful to you. I'll have a video coming up very soon on what I eat on an average day, so subscribe for some vegan gains to see that, and until next time.
Beef. What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.